GOMTV Super Tournament.
Bounce, bounce. Come on, baby. Bounce, bounce. Come on, baby. I don't care about a thing as long as I get to you. 'Cause I like your back.
Greetings from Seoul, Korea. Is this the one? Welcome back
so.
to the GSL. I'm Tastes. With me is Artosis. And it is good to be back here in the motherland. How are you doing, dude?
I'll talk even though I know no one hears me
We don't
now.
have any audio in these headphones. I don't know if you guys can hear us at home. If you can,
I don't know.
Great. If not, hope you can read lips. So
No,
anyways,
no,
we're
no,
down
no.
here at the GSL. We got a lot of exciting games. If you guys are wondering where we were down to MLG in Columbus, Ohio, and that was sick.
It's pretty awesome, Tasteless.
It's pretty excellent, man. But it's good to be back here. We did miss you guys. If you haven't checked out the MLG videos, please do so. Now moving on to today's games. We're in the second half of the round of 16, right?
We are.
Correct? All right. We got off the plane not long ago. We had a long journey through here.
It's all right. No one can hear us right now, Tasteless.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about that. Just for our PD, we might need to either get our mics turned up or check if there's actually any audio in here, because I can't hear you.
You want to go get that fixed, and I'll take care of this?
Yeah, you go ahead and talk. You go ahead and try to be Wolf.
I'm going to do that.
Try to be Wolf. I will be right back.
Okay.
Because I'm not even sure if they can hear me right now. But sit tight, guys. We'll make this work. We'll be back soon.
All right. So go ahead, Tasteless. Well, here we are. You're watching me. You probably don't hear me. And if you do, I'm sorry, because normally our mics work a certain way, and right now they are not doing that. So we're pretty sure that you can't hear anything that we're saying. So, yeah, we're going to get that fixed. Anyways, hi, everybody. So glad to be back in Seoul, South Korea for the wonderful GSL. And how's that going, Tasteless?
Apparently we do have audio. It's just not in these headphones, so
Really?
we're going to get it fixed. Okay. Sorry, guys. Just wanted to make sure about that.
So that's
we're going to take care of it right now. So anyways, where did you leave off, Artosis?
He's resetting our mic things right now. Anyways, let's take a look at these matches. Slayers MMA 2-0 over Slayers Gonzi. Slayers Young 2-1 over OGS Juktu. Huge comeback from Juktu so far, by the way. Really showing a lot of skill. The Best Foe You 2-1 over Slayers Min. I have got to watch that series. I have no idea how this is occurring. And Rain King Prime.we 2-1 over TSL Revival.
It's gonna be pretty sick, man. I'm looking forward to seeing those results. So, anyways, going on to this next game. Sorry, looks like we're gonna get this audio thing fixed.
Yeah,
anyways,
hopefully
you guys
you
can
still
at
hear
home.
us.
Apparently, everybody can hear us. I just can't hear Dan, and Dan can't hear me. So, in Group C, as you can see, it's gonna be Leenock Foyu against Slayers Alicia. After that, we're gonna have Marine King, or rather Maka Prime, against Bolt Prime. There was a little Freudian slip.
I think we're.
I got it back now. I can hear you loud and clear.
I think that we're good now, Tasteless.
And over here
I
in
feel
Group
like
D,
everyone
we
can hear
have
us.
Line against Nada, and then Top against Nesty.
6 set of matches today.
It's going to be pretty crazy. We do apologize for the bumpy opening, but this is live TV. What are you going to do?
It sounded like they couldn't hear us. Maybe they could, maybe they couldn't.
I was
but anyways,
watching out for my nerds, you know?
I still don't believe that they could hear us, so let's reiterate just a few things real quick. We're glad to be back in South Korea, Tasteless. It's wonderful to be home. But I tell you what, Columbus was so fun.
Yeah, Columbus
MLG is an awesome event.
A blast. The MLG staff, very sweet. They took great care of us. We missed
They were
you
little
guys.
sweetie pies,
They
man.
were little cutie patooties.
That little MLG Ben.
So, that was a lot of fun going down there. Check out the MLG videos if you didn't. I'm sorry. We're going to find out at the end of the show, actually, if they could hear us or not. Apparently the production room could. Anyways, I don't want to dwell on this Artosis.
No.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm pretty much ready to talk about the first match of the day, which I'm pretty excited about.
So let's go ahead and take a look at him now. Here at the GSL Super Tournament, we got
Leenock Foyu. He is absolutely awesome. Tastes. We have loved this guy for a very long time.
Our youngest player here in the GSL.
No, second youngest.
Who's the
creator? Remember that Protoss that did so well?
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
That kid's like 16 or something, man. He's actually like a little baby, and he's already so insanely good. He's the future.
Well,
Protoss,
it's amazing when you get guys that are this young because they're in school right now. They're not even able to train full time.
That's true.
Just so you guys know, if you're in Korea and you're in school, you're actually in school for a lot more than, for instance, somebody in the States.
Yeah. And there is Leenock. Now, Tasteless, this guy has had so much bad luck. He hits the most amazing opponents and barely loses all the time. But here he is in the Super Tournament, the tournament worth the most money. And he's far, man. This is the round of 16. He's going to be going up against the very last Protoss in the tournament. Tasteless, who is it?
Here he is. Wait for it. Alicia.
The man crush of Artosis. Artosis being me.
Yeah, he's an amazing player. It's weird that there's only one Protoss left. You know? I mean, I never would have anticipated.
It's funny the speed of the rotation of balance in this game.
Yeah.
About a month ago, everyone was like, wow, Protoss actually is never going to lose another game.
Force field.
And now there's no Protosses
I
left,
know.
man. There's only like the sickest Protoss who had to eliminate MC and then the very great Bjorn. And here he is. The Protoss hope, man.
If he loses this, everyone on IR is going to be on Prozac. And
Well, I think the only ones left on IR are the Zerg, if I do remember my StarCraft 1 single player correctly.
That's true, they did take
That
over
is
their-
a lot of Prozac for all those Zerglings, man. Or do you have to give them half a Prozac? Because
You know,
two
that's
of
a
them
good
hatch
point.
out of one ling. I don't know.
Well, you know, they're little. You probably got to give them a children's dosage.
That's
at
quite
that,
true.
You know? I mean, if it was an Archon Prozac, we'd have to just each take half because we're an Archon. But I don't think the Zerglings have that kind of symbiosis.
Well, you'd have to take a Prozac and a different type of Prozac and fuse them together to make an Archon Prozac.
You have to go a Prozac and a Zoloft. All right. So as you can see in their recent
I would
10
be the
sets,
Zoloft.
You would?
Yeah,
I'd be the Prozac.
Yeah, pretty sure.
I'd be something like the Wellbutrin, like a little bit out there. It's like the third thing the doctor prescribes after the other two don't work. Now, over here we got, as you can see, 6 wins, 4 losses for both of these guys. Now that's not bad at all when you consider how deep in the tournament they are. A lot of people are like, well, that's almost 50-50. I'm like, well, this is like the top 16 current best players in
to
the world.
have 60% wins in any matchup at all is actually phenomenal. So,
all right. So head to head. By the way, it's so good to be back here in the GOM studio.
it really is.
I'm really.
Sweet
I think
home.
we did a good job in MLG, but I think I'm just more in my element. I'm so used to the studio.
Well, we're
here.
used to this.
We're used to this. We'll get better. Tell me it'll get better.
You'll get better.
Our map lineup is Crossfire, Zelnaga Caverns, and Belshire Beach. As you can see,
Tal'Darim removed for Leenock. Probably didn't want to deal with any insane timing pushes after a Forge expansion.
Ed Turbid is here eliminated for Alicia.
This is a really good map pool for this Tasteless because look at that. Belshire Beach is the third map. Zergs have been loving that map. All right, this countdown has begun.
It's
Tasteless.
game time. Leenock Boyu against Slayers Alicia. One of the best unlucky Zergs in the world against the only Protoss left in the Super Tournament. Who's going to win? I'm not sure. Should be pretty even. Should be pretty sick. Head to head here with Tastes and Artosis here at the GSL Super Tournament.
Leenock for you versus Slayers Alicia.
It's on. Over here in the bottom left. Youngest or second youngest player here in the GSL. The age of only 16.
Leenock for you.
And he's getting a lot of support here from the audience, probably around the world.
People love Leenock.
Well, I mean, he's so young, you gotta like the guy. Otherwise, you're just a jerk, man. He's so young. Over here in the upper right.
Slayers Alicia.
I didn't like that baby that was crying on our plane ride back, Tasteless. Does that make me a
that
jerk?
baby. No, well, that's
He's
different.
pretty young.
You know, it's okay to not. It says I came from Wisconsin. Go Slayers. But, you know, here's the thing. It is, I think, okay to not like babies, but not okay to not like children. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it kind of does.
I mean, I'm like, no, that's messed up. I'm like, well, you know, crying baby on an airplane.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's not the baby's fault, but I don't like the baby. You know.
I don't know, man. When I was a baby, I wasn't crying on any airplanes.
I was not a crier as a baby.
Well, I don't know if I was or not, but I just didn't go on any airplanes, so.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm a baby. I can't fly, LOL.
I could fly as a baby.
Oh.
Planes, magic carpets.
You're
name
like
it,
baby
man.
Superman. It's like the baby adventures of Superman Tasteless.
I'm a Superman baby, but I still get a diaper for some reason. I know how to fly, but I haven't mastered my bowels yet. All right. We got G the probe trying to block the Strone over here. And so far with some success. So Leenock plants the spawning pool first. It does look like Alicia is going to go ahead and go for at least one base for now. You got anything to say, Artos? He's like still laughing at my baby joke.
I really am. That was like so cute, man. So Leenock is actually going a gasless expansion build. So let's talk about this a little bit, Tasteless, because this changes what can occur. Alicia right now, he saw the gases expand. You have to decide how you want to go against this because, of course, they aren't going to have speed as quickly. So you can abuse a little bit more. We may see him do something like just rush to some stalkers, like Chrono Boost out a couple stalkers. I think that's what we're going to see, as he hasn't started Zealot yet. So he might rush to some stalkers, just out micro lings, force a few more lings than normal. You know, that type of thing, Tasteless. But you got to do something. You can't just see this and not react. And the probe sees 6 lings, so that's actually pretty important. To see those 6 lings, he's going to be able to micro back and hopefully kill as many as possible.
Now, when he does not get that extractor right away, he obviously does it now, but it was a little bit late, as Artosa said. He will have a little bit more minerals because those drones will be mining away.
Certainly.
You save that one drone that's going to be the extractor, the 50 minerals that you have to spend on the extractor, and of course, the 3-to-1 drones that you're going to be sending to mine that gas. So, if
4 drones more mining minerals, Tasteless, is quite a few.
It is. It makes a big difference. Now we see a Stargate here for the Protoss.
Now he's probably going to go for a Stargate expansion, probably 2-gate off of it.
Right.
And here's the thing. Well, here is the thing, Tasteless.
I love it when you say "here is the thing" because that's when
that's
wicked
when I'm about
knowledge
to drop
is about
man.
to be dropped.
Yeah, because I say something, I make it. Here's my thought process. Here's the thing about my thought process, okay? I see the Stargate, and I say, there's the Stargate. It's probably going to be this build. And that is an observational thing. That's me saying what I see. That's me shoutcrafting what it is I see on the screen, play by play. And then I have to let you in to the thought process behind them and what I think that they're thinking and all that jazz, Tasteless. So here's the thing. The safest build order against Zerg right now most likely is a 2-gateway Void Ray expansion. The Void Rays can be used for harassment. They can be used to stop any roach rushes. They basically force your opponent into not being able to kill you, and if they get really greedy, sometimes you can take out a hatchery or make them cancel it, something like that. So that, Tasteless, is in fact the thing about this thing.
Now, when you make the Stargate and you're playing the game, you go like, here's the Stargate. You do it like that?
Yeah, man.
Excellent. All right, the Void Ray will chase away the Zerglings. Now, at this point in time, if he sees the positioning, he knows anyways.
I want to point out real quick, Tasteless, 14 lings queued up. As soon as the Void Ray is made, I've been telling people this since the beta, Tasteless, and more Zergs have to listen to me. When you see a Void Ray pop out, make a huge round of lings. Because they are going to be low on ground units, and oftentimes you can force them to cancel the Nexus if they're too quick with it. You can stop any all-ins that come. It's just very, very intelligent. So Leenock right now is running up the map with a ton of lings while he is defending against this. Alicia is making a forge, but does he have enough to stop all these lings? Probably. But it's good to try, Tasteless.
Now,
there we go.
If this doesn't work, it's going to really hurt the Zerg's economy because he did spend all that money on Zerglings. And you can see he's trying to bait out a force field. This wasn't too effective.
Nope, not too effective yet. But I got to tell you, I still am a fan of making a big round of lings. Makes him very safe. Now he is going back to pure drones here, getting some upgrades going as well. No 3rd base quite yet. Has to be safe about that because of that Void Ray. Right now we do have 39 drones against 27 probes, so doing a great job so far, keeping his drone count up.
Now the Void Ray is going to keep poking around the map. He wants to get rid of any drones, anything that's basically, any Zerglings, anything that's going to be out there spotting. You want to put the Zerg in, I guess what we could call a lights out position, excuse me.
Ooh,
I choked a little bit on my tea. Lights out. Normally Zerg has overlords all over the map. Zerg's really able to see all your movement, all your mobility. Let's say if you went for instance, 3-gate and expand. But when you do a build like this, what it does is it denies any ability to scout that Zealot. Oh, look at him trying to dance, but he can't. He was trying to do the robot there, unable to do so.
It's a hard dance to do.
Now we have Maka Prime just walked in. He's making funny little faces.
Yeah, he is.
I'm trying to concentrate.
I love Maka Prime, man.
He's making goopy faces to me. All right. So, again, the Void Ray is just going to try to clean up the map. Now, one thing about doing anything too aggressive, which we sometimes see Zergs do, not as much on this map, if you do a lot of roach laying aggression, it's so easy for Protoss to stop because there's so many small little areas that you can filter out the units.
Quite true, Tasteless. Now, Leenock has started a Hydralisk Den. He's getting burrow, he's getting that +2 attack, he's getting his Roach Horn. And I'll be surprised if he actually makes too many Hydras. He is making 5 right now. And to mix in a few Hydras can be quite great. And if your opponent is going High Templars or Colossus, they can be quite great. But normally you make mass Hydras against someone who makes not just a Void Ray, but also Phoenixes with it. If they stop just after the Void Ray, basically a huge Hydra attack at the front isn't going to be all that great.
All right, here comes the Void Ray. Remember, Queens are slow off creep. So if you don't get over here quick enough, you're going to be hurt. But he does have Hydras, as I say that.
And just like the hatchery's going down. No, Tasteless.
No, Tasteless. What are you doing, Tasteless?
And will he get the
He should be okay.
Void Ray gets out of there, Tasteless.
Phew. Mass gateways now. Now, we have seen Zergs when Protoss tries to push out on the map. We've seen Zergs do a lot of counterattacking maneuvers and basically deny the Protoss actually getting too far out on the map. So it can be pretty tough for Zerg to actually lose the bottom right expansion unless he doesn't use that procedure.
Tasteless, this is getting kind of interesting by both players here. We see that, in fact, Alicia is moving across the map right now. There's a lot of force fields, and as you said before, it's such a thin map, you should be all right. But look at that. Now the Overlord has seen that, in fact, there will be Colossi.
Are we going to call it Colossi or Colossuses? Should we go with Colossi? Colossis? Because, you know, people always say, oh, Nick, it's Colossi or it's, you know, Colossuses. They're actually both correct. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did. Because so many people told me when we were having these little arguments. But anyways, we do see a huge amount of Lings in the center of the map.
Looks like he's not going to go for it. Okay, this is a bad move here by Leenock. By Leenock. Well, he's coming in from all these different angles, but there should be enough force fields for the Protoss to take it out and get away.
The Hydra's coming up, though.
Actually, the Hydra's doing it. Well, we'll see. He does have enough force fields to escape. Okay, yeah, and he will escape.
Are quite good against this, but he's done some damage, gotten rid of some force fields, gotten rid of some sentries, and nice force fields there. Alicia
beautiful.
Really controlling that battle just right.
You know, it's tough for Hydralisk to be that mobile up the creep. And I don't know if this is going to be too effective. If Leenock loses this attack, basically Alicia could chase him all the way across the map.
Yeah,
take out all his Hydras.
You have to be so careful getting aggressive with Hydras when creep is not around, Tasteless. And here we go, but that is a small ramp. If Alicia's quick enough, he will really control the battle and destroy them. Now we do have Colossus pumping out. It looks like Alicia may be going all in on 2 base though, Tasteless. He does have 7 gates, and he's making Colossus. And it looks like he's getting a Twilight Council as well. So that's a lot of stuff off of 2 base, but he may expand behind this. He's just going to have to stop his rounds for a little bit.
Well, if he goes for the attack here, it looks like Protoss should be in pretty good shape. Zerg is not gearing up for a counterattack.
No, he's not. He is making some Corruptors now, getting a ton of drones going as well. And, in fact, Alicia is going to expand to the top left, Tasteless.
All right, the game goes on with the Colossus out. It's very deadly. The Colossus in combination with the force field means you can really wreck some Zerg units. We might get a shot of this expansion soon. Zerg does have 1 Zergling burrowed there at the upper left.
Yep, and Blink is started for Alicia. We do have 144 supply to 114. Throwing up some cannons, as we'll be able to take out that Zergling right there.
Nice wall in with the pylons.
Yeah,
now I'm really curious, what is Leenock's end game here? What's his game plan?
Well, he is getting drops. Switching over to a lot of roaches now, getting his +1 attack for Corruptors. And, you know, I feel like right now he doesn't have a great set of units. I don't really like the exact unit composition he has at the moment. It's just kind of like random amounts of stuff. But, I think he's actually going to attack
right when Blink finishes. He's cut probes.
He may indeed.
It's like, no creeping over here. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I had to go.
Well, we do have +2 attack on the way for our Protoss player. A bunch of Corruptors on the way.
That's a scary number of Colossi.
Yeah, it is. But there's more Corruptors coming. So he's going to be going up to 9 Corruptors momentarily.
You know, having the Corruptor balance is so critical because we do see players occasionally overmake those things.
Quite true, Tasteless. And Alicia is coming up. Now he does have those Corruptors just popped out. He does have 10 more Roaches on the way, and in fact, Leenock is almost maxed at 188 against 137. So
Protoss better turn around.
Yeah, that's not quite the spies. You can maybe go in and start pushing at 150, 160, but 137, I'm not sure, Taste, unless you skipped a ridiculous amount of probes.
Well, he didn't make
actually,
a
he only
pylon
has
on the
47
map.
probes, which is kind of low, especially when he's taking his
But even
third
then,
right
I mean, if he only has 47 probes, he might actually want to just keep making attacking units.
Well, hold on,
Oh!
Tasteless. Here we go, and those Corruptors coming in, doing a lot of damage as he tries to run back. Oh, huge damage by these Corruptors.
Microing his army in a group right now. He needs to only micro the Colossus by himself. All 3 Colossi will go down, and that may force the Protoss to turn on. Remember, Protoss does have Blink and a lot of force fields here. I don't know if this angle particularly favors Zerg.
Yeah, no, that was not the best angle for Zerg.
And,
there,
you know, that's what we're
Tasteless.
talking about with this map, Crossfire, is that there's so many different locations where Protoss can basically isolate the Zerg's army and punish it.
Yeah. That's so very true. Zergs do not really care for this map normally. Well, we do see, once again, Alicia is walking up, realizing he has to get something done, but only 4 sentries in there, and none of them have very much energy. We might have 3 force fields right now or so. Almost 4. Leenock is taking an additional base at the gold. It's a scary thing for Protoss to see. Drop is done as well. In fact, Tasteless, Leenock has loaded up a drop.
He's loaded up a drop. Don't be too loud. Don't be too loud. He's going to hear us.
We don't want Alicia to just see it, but Alicia heard it. Oh no! And that is a lot of roaches. That is
Oh my
16
God.
roaches for free.
That is game-changing.
Yeah, man, you can't just lose 16 roaches for nothing. For nothing, Tasteless.
Nothing.
Ouch.
I'm surprised Protoss went back into making Colossi. There's actually a couple different things you can do in situations like this. You can switch back into Stargate because, you know, when Zerg has this many spare Corruptors, they're generally going to go into Broodlords eventually.
Yeah.
You can stockpile air, anti-air.
One of my favorite things is to switch over, of course, into High Templar Tech and get some
High
Immortals
Templar Tech
out.
is great as well.
But, you know, Leenock has enough Hydras in there that it's hard. It's a hard choice, you know? Of course, you want to wait to kill off some Corruptors to really go back into Colossi, but Hydras are scary, man.
Oh. Now, if Zerg secures the gold base, then Protoss is going to have to take the gold base. You know, taking the gold base is one of the most hold that thought.
Now, Leenock has to be very careful here, Tasteless. This is like one area where Protoss can always make a comeback come true. That area right there.
Uh-oh.
You see a drop coming in. It is Roaches. Don't worry, it's not Banes.
And this is a good move. What this does is it basically forces Protoss to have his army in locations other than the center of the map.
And it can be quite annoying as well. If you don't have a lot of observers, you could go ahead and burrow him. He does, in fact, have burrow. Burrow movement is on the way. Not up yet. I'd love to see a burrow there. No. Leenock too busy macroing. He is up at 192. 175 for Alicia, so definitely he can do battles now. Full army battles. Oh!
I don't
And the
know
Overlord
what
gets
noise
out.
just came out of my mouth during that. A greater spire.
Spire
He's
just
been
gets
promoted
grabbed.
from a spire to a greater spire.
Well, he's promoting right now. Hopefully he gets through the
The
coronation
interview
Tasteless.
process and stuff. Where do you see?
I wonder what it's like for a Spire. He's like actually getting initiated into a frat house or something.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? You know, yeah, I see myself as greater
Getting
spire.
+3 armor.
My kids
for
in private school. Give me +3 armor.
It's like, yeah, that's about how long it takes to get +3 armor out of a greater Spire. Pretty scary army right there. Not a ton of force fields.
Tough angle here for Protoss.
If he can take out all of those Colossi, Leenock is going to be quite happy. Does
Nice
do a lot of
guardian
damage.
shield.
May want to use that Infester. Not even sure that he did use that Infester at any point. But it looks like all the Colossus will be taken down.
Oh, this is bad news
We
for
have
Zerg.
on the way right now, Tasteless. 27 Roaches, 18 Hydras.
But
That
don't
is
forget,
a lot.
Protoss does have Blink at this point in time. Well, he's going to have to cool down for that Blink, but he does have enough Blink that when the Roaches and Lings get there, he can micro it and escape.
That's quite true. During all this, Alicia is taking that gold base. Tasteless, it is up and running. So Leenock has kind of an Ehon timing. He has to do something now. His Greater Spire is just finished. He is not, in fact, making any Corruptors yet.
Can you check and see if Protoss knows the upper right location? Because I don't actually know. No, he does. He found it.
Wait.
All right.
No, Protoss does not know that.
Oh, he does not know it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And
that's kind of weird that Leenock's expanding there, but you know, if he gets a couple spine crawlers up there, it can be pretty tough.
yeah.
And then Blink can, you know, counter that to some extent.
Well, we do have this huge Protoss army coming in. I do not see an observer with it, Tasteless.
I'm a bit shocked by that as well. But at the same time, Leenock seems to be oblivious to the fact that there's no observer. He's running away.
Now
he should know. He should know.
Make him realize. Because, of course, when there is no observer, you could burrow movement underneath them. Throw a little fungal down. Psystorm on the way for our Protoss player. And suddenly it's 194 supply to 157. There's this observer up near those cannons. It's a good place for it.
There's definitely a lot of detection up there. Don't do burrow up there.
Yeah.
I'm serious, man. Double.
Oh, man, that's a good tip.
You know, double detection. That doesn't cancel itself out. Now, you know, you will have Broodlords here, but you know,
not a lot,
Stalkers with Blink, it kind of negates the power of what Broodlords have because normally the Broodlings get in the way of your.
Hold on, Tasteless. Now we do have a good number of broods. At 6 broods, he does have a fungal as well. So if he uses this army perfectly against Alicia, Alicia might have a hard time with it. But Alicia, of course, is starting to stockpile money as he is about maxed out. And nice fungal going off. Leenock coming up, doing a ton of damage here, Tasteless. A ton of damage indeed. Broodlings going to work.
That's the sound they make when
Yeah,
they do that,
man. I
You
guess
look at them, man. They go,
a big mistake here. A huge mistake here. Losing some broods. You do not ever want to let those go away from your main army. A beautiful blink up by Alicia. Punishes Leenock for that.
I can't believe.
No! He blinks and it kills 2 infestors. Leenock getting sloppy.
Leenock is in a tough position. Static Broodlords right now. All Alicia really has to do is realize that this upper that this upper right location is taken by the Protoss.
That is so what they sound like.
That's what they said.
Now Leenock having a hard time. He can't quite max back out. He's making some corruptors as well. And here we go.
Here we go. Nice
very nice
shield.
dodge. The Patry is up in that top right expansion, Tasteless, but no drones there quite yet. It's making me a little bit sad. In fact, his rally point kind of goes through the middle of the map, so when that corruptor pops out up there, Alicia's going to be like, where'd this come from? All right, and here we go. No fungals yet.
Beautiful target firing. And Bungle just too late.
Should be seeing GG.
I would expect GG.
There you
it
go.
is. Artosis cannot lie. Or his nose will grow like Pinocchio's.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Alicia played beautifully. You know, Alicia, it's interesting the way he looks before a game and then after it. You know, it always kind of cracks him. Leenock, he played very well. I think that is one of the tougher maps for a Zerg to defeat.
Yeah,
Protoss
it's one of the harder ones. There's no doubt about that, Tasteless.
It's just not an open map,
and
you know?
Leenock, actually, he was in a good position a few times. But Alicia hit all his timings really well. The way that he did kill that one army, and even though he killed off all of the Colossi with Corruptors, Leenock did, Alicia went right down, killed that gold base. That's exactly what he had to do. If he had been like, oh no, my Corruptor's gone, and ran away while the other units were getting ready to hatch, then Leenock would have taken the game. But Alicia knew, he was like, all right, I can do this now. That's why normally when you go Corruptor, Roach, Hydra, you want to try to engage the Colossi armies on the other side of the map so you have a longer amount of time to get your reinforcement units out because you're going to lose your whole army. And otherwise you're going to lose an extra base, man.
Well said, Artosis. We're going to go into game number 2. It's going to be on Zelnaga Caverns. This is a map we've seen a lot. I think it's the map we've actually casted the most on.
I would say so.
To this day, one of my favorite maps. A really well-done map that was made early on by Blizzard. Really weren't that many adjustments that even had to be made to it. But we're going to go into that in just a second here. It's going to be Leenock against Alicia again here. Game number 2. Artosis, we're back in Korea.
I know, it's wonderful, isn't
America.
it? I kind of miss America a little bit, though. We had a great time down
there. I miss, liberty.
So
I miss freedom.
The blue skies.
I miss justice for all. I miss the Pledge of Allegiance they used to brainwash children, before they were able to make up their own minds about whether or not they want to be loyal to a country. I miss that.
I do too.
Miss a lot of things, Artosis.
That's what I was thinking about while I was down there.
That's what I was thinking about. No, but seriously, it was great to be back in the States. The countdown started. Leenock against Alicia. DVP, Alicia, our only Protoss left. We're in the round of 16. It's the only Protoss left. That's weird. It's amazing. So can he do it? Every Protoss player in the world rooting for him. But of course, you got to root for Leenock as well. One of our youngest players here in the GSL Super Tournament.